Hello, folks. So what you are going to be working on today and then the next 2 class periods is your research presentation. This is going to be due by Sunday, February 28th. Now, if you finish this week, then you have the next 2 weeks of free time, but you can go up until Sunday, February 28th to finish this. For your actual presentation, you have a couple options on how you want to present this. Option number 1 is that you can give this project to me either live in class, or you can set up a separate Zoom meeting and give the presentation to me on Zoom. Option number 2 of giving your presentation is that you can record it and just turn in your recording. So you're either going to give this live to me in person or via Zoom, or you can submit a recording. Now, the research presentation is taking place of that 6 to 8 page paper. You're welcome. You do not have to do this, but your goal is to create a 2 to 5 minute presentation on your findings related to your project. As far as creating your actual presentation, I would recommend doing this in either Google Slides or PowerPoint or maybe Keynote. But if you have a different presentation maker you'd like to use, such as eMaze or Canva, or maybe you even want to do a Prezi, that is totally fine. But you are looking to create a presentation that you would share and have up on the screen, since that's what you'll use for your boards. So we have kind of 2 portions of this research project. The first portion is the introduction and project overview. And I would aim to make this piece in and of itself about 2 minutes. This is what you're going to take and you're going to plug and play into your actual final boards presentation. So this will be the same exact intro and project overview that you should give and will need to give in your final boards. So hopefully this is getting you started on that and you won't have as much work to do at the end of the semester. So what I'm looking for here is for you to give us a brief description about your project, why you chose your project and what you hope to learn, what background, if any, and how this project was a stretch for you. This is the same 4 questions that are on your project overview on both your eFolio and your approval form. Now, when you're creating this for a presentation, do not just directly copy and paste all of that information, because that's a lot of text on a slide. We want to take what you're going to say and put it in as bullet points that you can expand on when you're giving your presentation. So the first portion should be about 2 minutes, and it's just you talking about what you want to do for your project. You should also probably include some pictures. If you've already started your project and you have pictures or video of your current project, you can put that in there. If you have not started your project, you can go out and you can find pictures on the internet that you use and put on this as well. So that's the first portion. The second portion is really the research portion of the project. And you're going to be looking at how your project would relate to a post-high school or a career opportunity. So your first job is to figure out what career field or job is most closely related to your project. If you have a project that is not associated with the career field or major or job that you know you're for sure going into post-high school, then you can do that job instead. So for example, let's say that I know that I am going pre-med, but for my senior project, I'm learning the guitar. And those are 2 separate things. I could choose to do my research presentation on the medical field instead of choosing the musical field. So the specific research that we need you to find for the career field of your senior project or that you know you're going into are the current Minnesota job statistics in terms of employment numbers. So how many people are currently employed in that career field? How many annual job openings are there in that career field? What is the growth or outlook? So are they hiring a lot? Is it on the decline? Are they actually firing people? What does that look like? And then what is the median wage in Minnesota for somebody in that career field? Next, you're going to want to look at some top occupations in this cluster or career field. So let's say that I'm looking up business. Maybe a top occupation is an accountant or a manager or a business teacher at a high school. Then you're going to list some potential employers that would actually hire you. So these are companies. So I could say, maybe I could get hired by Target or 3M or Triton Public Schools. And then the last thing I want you to research is if there is any specific certification or license you would need to have to do this specific career or job. So requirements, again, are that this presentation ends up being 2 to 5 minutes. And then you will have to keep track of your sources and where you found your information. This is going to be the final slide in your presentation, and it's going to be your works cited. It needs to be an MLA style, and you need to have at least 3 places that you looked up information on. Now, I have 2 resources down here on how you can write works cited on your own, but I would recommend actually going back into this Unit 1 research and using this citing resources folder. I have 3 different options for you that will automatically create your citations for you. So EasyBib, Citation Machine, or Citation Plus will let you just copy and paste the URL of where you found your information, and they'll create that citation. So that's what I would recommend using for your works cited slide. Again, you're going to need at least 3 sources, and those 3 sources are going to be used to find all of this information. If you are struggling figuring out what career ties into your senior project, shoot me a message or an email, and I will try to think of something to help you on that. Otherwise, good luck. Remember, this is due either via recording or via in-person /Zoom on Sunday, February 28th.